And stop. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Golden Rust or Bust. I'm your host, John Behrens, and on today's episode, we have a 1981 Kawasaki LTD 550. This 550 has been sitting in a barn collecting dust and grime for many years. I don't know exactly when the last time it was ran, but I know whoever had this bike before took very good care of it. So you're probably asking, John, didn't you already have a Kawasaki LTD? Well, that was different. That was a 450 something, 454. And that video will be here if you want to watch it next. Like I said, this bike has been sitting in a barn for quite a while. I'm not sure really the last time it was run. All I know is that it was registered in '87 and it was stopped ridden back somewhere in the 90s, I want to say. So, will we be able to get this machine up and running again? I sure hope so. Let's dig into it and let's figure out what we need. This bike has 22,147 miles on it. It is a LTD 550, which means it is the 4-cylinder engine. You have your choke on this side, fuel shutoff on this side, and then if you lift the seat here, your battery is right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my battery out first, and we're going to see if we can put any juice to this machine, see if we can get it cranking, see if we have spark, see if we have compression. I have my new battery here, so let's pop out that old battery, put this new one in. One thing I can tell you right now, after I got this machine home, it started leaking fuel profusely, and the fuel smells awful. I mean, really, it smells really bad. I know that the fuel is in the carburetors, so I'm sure no matter what, I am going to have to clean the carbs on this, which means I'm going to have to resynchronize them so they're all operating to their best ability. I wonder if it still has the... It does. Still has the owner's manual with it. That's pretty cool. I'll probably have to read through that quick and... Oh, it's falling apart. I'll have to be careful. But, that's kind of neat. Out with... Maybe. Out. Come. Yep. Come on. You can do it. Get out of here. Come on. Give it to me. There we go. All right. Now out with the old battery. Check them. Yeah, they're about the same. In with the new battery. All right. It took a wee bit of persuasion, but I did get the battery in there. So now it's time to connect my terminals here. All right. Battery is officially connected. All right, I got my new battery hooked up. Let's see if we have anything at the key. I got some lights showing up here. Neutral light, oil light. Okay. What about headlights? Do I have any headlights? Oh yeah, I do. I do have headlights. Cool. All right, headlights. Turn signals. Turn signals? All right. 1 turn signal. 2 turn signals. Perfect. Okay. Should I bump it over and see if we have any crankage? I'm going to do it anyways. Let's see. Okay. All right, hold on. I swear on my life that I did not do anything to this bike. I didn't touch anything. I haven't touched the carburetors. I haven't touched nothing. If that's truly how this is going to go, this is going to be a very simple, short video. That's not what I expected at all. So, hopefully, it puts up a little bit more of a fight than that. So you guys have content. Should I choke it? right, so it is giving me a little bit more of a fight. So, obviously, it does run. It fired up immediately, and then now it's not running at all. I'm going to check and see if I have gas. I could be all out. I could have leaked it all out. So I'm going to check and see if we have gas in the tank, and then I guess we're going to go from there. I'm going to shut off my light so I don't drain my battery more than anything. But it runs, and it sounded pretty good when it just fired up. It sounded like it's never been sitting a day in its life. So yeah, I guess I'm going to dig in here. I'm going to open up, see if we have any gas in it. If we don't have any gas in it, it might be as easy as putting gas in it and then seeing if it runs then. I'm sure I'm going to have to go through the carburetors. I have no doubt in my mind I will not be able to get around that. So let's dig into this. In order to get into my tank, I'm going to need my key here. And it looks pretty dang clean in there. I mean, a little bit of surface rust, but like not terrible at all. Does it slosh? Oh, it sloshes. It means there's gas in the tank. Okay, well, that means on to the next thing. We got to get into here and get into our carburetors. Are my carburetors. They are not very clean. They have sludge and gunk built up in them, so I'm excited to see what they look like on the inside. When you take these apart, they always leak here where these connectors go in. It's because there's gaskets on those. So when you take this apart, you got to really make sure that you replace every single gasket. And you got to make sure that you take a lot of photos so you know that you are putting it back together correctly. It's not just one carburetor. It's 4 carburetors that have to be working together in harmony. Because if not, your bike doesn't run right. So let's get to work taking these apart and cleaning them up. All right, so as you can see, I got my carburetor set up off here. It doesn't look too terribly bad. So what I'm going to do first, though, is I am going to pop... Whoa! I'm dripping gas everywhere. Let's empty that out into a bowl first. That'll work. It's disgusting and gross, but that'll work. Okay. I don't know about you, but I don't think gasoline's supposed to be green. That looks like better gas coming out there. But the stuff that was on the bottom or that was coming out first was not very good stuff. Okay. Oh, gosh. Hard to see, but that stuff is pretty green. And it stinks. So now with the gas out of them, I can tip these upside down and I don't have to worry about stuff coming out anymore. I'm going to get to... taking my bulls off. What was your guys' first motorcycle? My first motorcycle was a 1970s Yamaha DT100. It had a stuck engine in it. I tried to make a video on it way back in the day, and all the files got corrupted or something, and I almost gave up recording. Glad I didn't. So yeah, let me know what your guys' first motorcycle was. Drop it down in the comments. Number 1. There's definitely some dirt down in there. Number 2. Same. Oh, I forgot a screw. Number 3. And come on. Don't rip the gasket. There we go. Number 4. Overall, it doesn't look too bad in there, but there's definitely some plugged main jets in there. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking this apart as well and get all my jets off and my secondary jets out so I can get those cleaned up and get them back on the machine. So as you can see, that one looks okay. I mean, obviously I haven't blown anything through it yet. But then there's this one. That one doesn't look great. And then his brother, which was right next to him, the carburetor over, the cylinder over, also doesn't look great. So those I'm going to be cleaning. I'm going to be replacing these O-rings, and I think I'm going to be just taking the carburetor completely apart at this point. So I'm going to get back to work taking it apart, and we're going to go from there. As you can see here, my bowls turned out pretty good. Every single one turned out like that. So I'm going to have to scrape the gasket off. I got the rest of the carburetors going in the ultrasonic peener cleaner. And we're going to just keep cracking away at this carburetor. So that turned out pretty good. Let's get it all clean so we can put it back together. Well, as I have been cleaning the carburetors, I have been letting my tank dump out. And fuel's not supposed to be that color. Yeah, glad I'm doing this. And I have no idea how that bike even tried to remotely fire up, even on the first go. I'm flabbergasted. I don't know. I'm really confused because that shouldn't run. It smells bad, but it smells also like maybe new gas was added to it. I'm wondering if that's maybe what happened. They added new gas to it, and I don't know. We'll never know. But I'm going to clean that tank up. I'm going to clean my bike up. I got new boots ordered because the boots that are on it are cracked. Where was it at? It was somewhere in here. The boot was cracked. And then not only that, but these boots they're harder than a rock. I mean, I had to heat it up with a torch to even get them off. I mean, as you can see with these, literally, these are rock hard. I don't even know if I'll be able to get those back on. Yum. Oh yeah. Ooh, there must have been some good stuff down in the bottom of there. Varnish for sure. So, I got my parts in the mail. These here are my gasket kits for my carburetors, and these ones here are my boots for my intake. So I'm going to start with my intake first. It's the easiest one to do. It's right here. I already have the carburetors out, so I'm going to go ahead and pop off these boots and replace them with the brand new ones I bought. For this job, you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, and I like to get some different size ones because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a long one in there. I really need to get myself some Japanese standard screwdrivers. If you don't use the Japanese standard, you have a really easy time stripping these. There's one. 3 more to go. I think I would have definitely preferred if they used bolts instead of screws. All right, I got the old ones off. Time to put the new ones on. Well, while I put the carburetors together and put the carburetors back on the bike, I'm going to be listening to Rowdy Country 8-track with somewhere between right and wrong. There's Been Crazy on here, Always Been Crazy. I'm pretty sure She's Got the Gold Mine, I Got the Shaft is on here. So I'm going to be listening to this while you guys are listening to some copyright-free music. Well, as you can see, I ran out of time last night. It got pretty dark, and then it started to rain. So I had to stop, and I didn't get to fire it up last night. So I got fuel going to it, and we're going to see if she fires up for us. Choke it. Oh! I don't think that's too bad. Well, now that I know it runs, I'm going to be doing a little bath on it, and then I'm going to give her an oil change, and we're going to take it out for a little ride after that. Now that we have the bike in a good running condition, all cleaned up, I think it's time to give it a well-deserved oil change that she needs. Now, when I do oil changes on my bikes, I like to use AMSOIL. AMSOIL is formulated and specifically made for wet clutch bikes, and they have some great properties that bikes deserve. I got myself some AMSOIL metric motorcycle oil, SAE 10W40, which is what the bike calls for. Good tips to know about motorcycles is actually the engine oil and the transmission share the same oil, hence wet clutch. When picking an oil, you need to make sure you're picking the right oil that works with a wet clutch, and this motorcycle oil is formulated for that. Transmission gears tend to chop up the oil at a molecular level, and with high temps and long distance rides, that starts to wear thin on the oil, and the oil doesn't have the same protection that it used to. AMSOIL is formulated so it doesn't do that. So before I do my oil change, I like to fire my bike up for a little bit. You cannot beat that. That thing just runs and purrs like money. Alright, so now that the bike's been running a little bit and the engine oil is nice and warm, makes it flow out of the engine a little bit better than if the engine's cold. So let's get to work here. I don't know if you guys can see the oil, probably not from where you're at, but it looks like, it looks pretty dirty, kind of like chocolate milk, so that's good. No, it's not. This oil that's in it right now feels extremely thin, so I don't know if it's been thinned out due to, gas. Kind of smells like gas, but not really. This is the boring part of oil changes, is waiting for all the oil to drain. I see a plane. I see another plane. I wonder how long I can stare directly into the... yeah, nope, that's not a good idea. I'm not sure if I had mentioned this before, but this bike, who I bought it from, it belonged to the gentleman's son, and the gentleman's son passed away in a tragic accident back in the 90s. And the bike kind of since then, he approached me and asked me if I could fix the bike up for him. And so this bike is going to be a surprise for his daughter, and I'm going to take it back to them so they can keep this motorcycle in the family. It doesn't seem right that it needs to go anywhere else. It just needs to go back to the family, especially if they have sentimental value to it. All right, it looks like the oil's all drained out. So I'll pull that out of here, and I will show you the nice milkshake that's, not milkshake, but the nice milky, gross oil. Yes, that is not good oil. Got one other thing to pull out while I'm down here, and that is the oil filter. Ah, yes, I'm making a nice oil lake on my driveway. As you can see here, there's still a lot of sediment in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some brake clean, spray that out real quick. All right, old oil out, new oil in. Cha! So in conclusion, if you want cleaner shifts, better engine life, AMSOIL is the best choice. It's got protection on a molecular level, and not only that, but it's made here right in the United States, which that's a big check mark in my box, if I do say so myself. So do your bike a favor. Go get yourself some AMSOIL for it today. AMSOIL's got the electrolytes that your bike craves. It's got the electrolytes your bike needs. So after making a mess like a true garage mechanic, it's time to put everything away here and make sure I don't have any leaks. Well, I say it's time we get this bad girl out and take her for a spin. Well, with the oil change officially done on the machine and with the carbs cleaned and everything, I'd say she's ready to go for her first maiden voyage. Let's see if she starts up for us. Choke it. Perfect. So, let's stop talking, let's just get on the road.
right quick. I did make some notes because I'm not 40 anymore. But to start this off, Nicole, would you do me a favor? Would you take the covers off that for me?
You still have it?
Yeah, I do.
How'd you get it back?
Because he's a nice guy. So, just a few
Oh, I got
comments.
it back.
This is my old new friend, John Barron.
Hi. Hello. Happy Easter.
John bought Nick's bike, what, a month ago?
Yeah.
Something like that. And I realized about a week later I shouldn't have sold it. So I came to John and I said, John, would you be willing to sell that back to me and do your magic on it? And he said, almost quoting, he said his first comment was, I'd love to do that, it belongs in your family. That was his comment. So anyway, I think it looks as nice as it did when Nick first got it. And I think it's as perfect as an old bike that the 37 years old can look. Now the reason for why John's really here. And you gotta look into this. John has a YouTube channel called Golden Rust or Bust. And he loves the challenge of getting really old stuff and making it run again. And I don't mean 40 years, but this is almost not old enough for John. I mean, we're talking 70-year-old chainsaws that are this long and weigh 200 pounds. Old snowmobiles, you name it. John, and you gotta watch some of his videos because it's interesting and he's funny as hell. He really is. So it's a fun game thing. So anyway, Nicole,
Now you can ride
that's your
this
bike.
bike. No, it's your bike.
Well, it's gonna be your bike. And you can come out and ride it anytime you want.
I just wanted you to keep it.
Yeah. But you can ride it anytime you want. And when I bite the final bullet, then you use it. Yeah. Do what you want to do.
I feel like riding this bike better than the other one anyway.
Yeah, this is more fun. So
The
that's
bike
all
will
the
always
story.
be better than any.
And John, thank you for all this. Thanks, John.
Happy to help. Well, that should do it for this episode of Golden Rust or Bust. As you can see, I got a 1981 Kawasaki 550 LTD up, running, riding, and returned to the rightful owner. I was honored to work on it and save it so their family can enjoy it for years to come. If you enjoyed watching this video, I recommend you go like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can see when I put more stuff like this out. And as always, keep those wrenches turning.